Hello my dears and a warm welcome to my cooking channel. Since the weather is perfect, I'm going to show you a grilling recipe. Today we're making delicious chicken satay skewers with peanut sauce. Satay skewers originally come from Indonesia, but they're also very popular in many other Asian countries like Malaysia, Vietnam and Thailand. The way they're made is slightly different. I'll show you my favorite way to prepare them. Enjoy the recipe.
For the chicken skewers, of course you'll need chicken. You can use chicken breast fillet for this, or meat from the thigh, which makes it even juicier. I have about 600 grams of chicken breast here. That makes about 10 skewers. Cut the chicken into slices about 1 cm thick. It doesn't necessarily have to be chicken. You can also make satay skewers with pork or lamb. For the marinade, you'll need 3 shallots and 4 cloves of garlic. You can use less if you want, but I personally love garlic. A piece of ginger and a stalk of lemongrass. Cut off a little from the top and bottom and remove the woody outer leaves. Then it's very important to use the back of a knife or something else to tap it a few times so the flavors
are released.
Then roughly chop them. A bit of fresh chili goes in as well, more or less depending on your taste. I used half a chili here, the other half will be needed later. For those who don't want it spicy, you can just leave out the chili. First, everything will be blended together. Then add half a teaspoon of turmeric, 2 teaspoons of ground coriander, 2 teaspoons of cumin, half a teaspoon of salt and 5 tablespoons of kecap manis. That's the Indonesian sweet soy sauce. If you don't have it, you can use light soy sauce instead. But leave out the salt and add 4 tablespoons of brown sugar or palm sugar instead. Mix everything together well and you'll have a super delicious marinade. Now pour the marinade over the meat and mix everything together well. At this point, I also recommend putting on a glove because turmeric especially tends to stain and you'll end up with yellow fingers. Cover it and put it in the fridge for at least an hour. The longer the better. You can also let it marinate overnight if you like. In the meantime, you can prepare the sauce and also soak the skewers in water so they don't burn later when grilling. For the sauce, put 250 milliliters of coconut milk and 4 tablespoons of peanut butter into a pot. Of course, you can also roast and blend your own peanuts. Personally, I also really like the peanut butter version, and above all, it's much more practical and faster. Finally, grate some fresh ginger and garlic or chop them up with a knife and add them in. Then add 3 tablespoons of light soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of sambal oelek for some heat. Here too you can add a bit more or leave it out. And 2 teaspoons of curry powder. Stir well and bring to a brief boil. Optionally, add a bit of fresh lime juice. And the peanut sauce is ready. I've already shown you a peanut sauce before. This one is slightly modified and a bit thicker. As a side dish, a sour vegetable mix made from cucumber is also often served. I have here half a cucumber, 2 shallots and the rest of the chili. The dressing is very simple, consisting of 5 tablespoons of vinegar, a pinch of salt and a tablespoon of sugar. Bring it to a boil once so the sugar dissolves and let it cool down. Now pour it over, mix a little and it's done. But you can also serve a different salad with it if you like. Now the chicken is fully marinated and the sauce has soaked in. Now you can thread them onto the skewers. I always use 2 pieces per skewer on each skewer. If you have really small skewers, then 1 piece is enough. Afterwards, you can place the skewers on the hot grill, or alternatively, you can prepare them in a grill pan. Grill slowly over medium heat depending on the thickness for 4 to 5 minutes per side. Arrange the plates and serve the satay skewers hot. You can eat white bread or rice with it. Yum!
I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel because there will be many more delicious recipes coming. So see you next time. Bye!